Hi and good morning. Happy Thursday here in Scotland. And look, I think even Patch is a bit cold in this weather. So if there was some sunshine earlier, and there might be sunshine above the clouds, let me do this. Welcome to Scotland, where it's always sunny above the clouds. So I wanted to talk to you to follow up on your beautiful feedback and questions about grounding into Mother Nature. So yesterday's video talks all about what that is in a bit more detail. So the process of, or even ceremony you could describe, of walking barefoot on the grass, taking off your shoes and socks and connecting with the earth, placing your feet, your hands, your butt, so the root of your spine, onto the earth, grass, sand, water, stone. And the purpose is to release any energy that no longer serves your highest good, from the excessive, overwhelming joy to the lowest vibration emotions, and also to discharge the electrical energy. Now, all of these are intertwined, right? Emotion does have electrical energy. Everything has energy. And I really enjoy grounding. I ground each morning. I ground after each client session I do. And that helps me release anything. And I just imagine myself like a big glass of water, like a human body-sized glass of water, and then I'm draining all the dirty water out of the glass down through my feet and into the earth. And as I said in yesterday's video in a bit more detail, that the body, our human bodies, are designed, the same with animals, just like Patch here, to release into the ground through our nerve endings. So all of our nerve endings, also called reflexes, as I learned in reflexology, release into the ground everything that no longer serves us. And a lot of the time our bodies struggle, a lot of disease and various conditions that we experience, even levels of anxiety and stress, are often because our body is struggling to release that energy. It's okay to generate these emotions and to generate Patch is sneezing away as he's grounding, as demonstrated by Patch. It's okay to feel any range of emotions, but what your body needs to learn is that there's a practice that you have, ideally daily or regular, to release into the earth. And so if you don't do that, your body will try and seek other ways. I feel there's a whole broad range of ways that your body will try and seek alternatives. It includes things like kidney stones, gallbladder stones, trapped energy, blocked energy flows. There's just a long list. So what I wanted to do after that brief reintroduction of grounding is to share. You're asking some questions about grounding mats and other techniques. So our houses have these, certainly in the UK, and I believe it's common in many countries, not all, but in many countries, we have, we call it the earth or ground connection. So in a house, just like these ones, and I used to live in the one on the left, it was our last house, that in the electrical circuits, in the plug sockets, there's a third pin, and that is for grounding into the earth. So the cool thing about that is that it's often a copper or some sort of metal rod that goes, or wire that goes deep into the ground. And what that means is that it goes deep enough to be able to release into the earth everything that is in excess. So if your house has like a good morning.
Hello.
Oh,
Good boy. Right, come
very
on then.
cute.
Right, I'm
Come on,
away.
Patch. Let's go. Come on then.
Hey, best. Bye.
See you. Come on, Patch. So yeah, in the electrical circuits, if your home is hit by lightning, or if you have anything that is faulty, will release into the ground. And it's fascinating, right? Because like we developed houses with earth connections, and yet an electrician will be like totally familiar with this concept, and yet it's not so popular yet in our human understanding that releasing into earth on a regular basis is a good idea. In fact, as I understand it, the electrical circuits in our homes can have, I think it's called like a ground leak. So they can operate fine, but they could be constantly releasing some energy into the earth. So grounding mats, the way these work, come on, Patch, is that you place your feet, or come on there, buddy. He really doesn't want to leave. You place your feet, or you get ones that you can lie on in bed, or mat you can lie down on, and you connect them to the grounding connection in your home, so through the plug socket, and that connection to earth. Do they work? So I definitely feel that I've never used specific products. I have used grounding connections when I've been doing electrical work, like at school, or I did like a couple of days at college once to experience doing that. And that you do feel it, like you do feel this electrical discharge, and our bodies are positively charged, so they can release into the earth through lots of different means. Just like when you walk or stand barefoot on the earth, you still need to set the intention when you do it, right? So you still need to treat it just like you're outside. And do they work as well? I don't know, you tell me. I don't really want to go on a journey of buying and trying, or even people sending me different grounding mats to try out and try and rate my grounding mat. But I would encourage you to give it a go and see what it's like. There is a almost for free alternative. So you may not know, but many of the metal things in our homes and streets are grounded. And if I was to make a guess, I would guess that this lamppost here is grounded. And generally, because if it's hit by lightning, they don't want to cause, I'm just touching it, try not to show you my bag of poo. Yeah, that did feel like it was grounded. How do I feel? I don't know, you can just feel it, right? Feels like that releasing feeling. So also radiators in your home, so that's cool, right? Sometimes I would sit on my back and take my shoes and socks off and place my feet onto the radiator and just check your radiator really is connected. So often, certainly in homes in the UK, and I've owned lots of different homes over the years, not at the same time, one at a time, at different ages, up to about 150 years old, and they'll often have, you'll see like this extra cable, green and yellow in the UK standards, and they'll allow you to just see that it's actually earthed. Sometimes those cables fall off over time. Sometimes they're, maybe they're not wired correctly. So you can always check this out, either ask an electrician. You should be able to test it with a voltmeter as well, but I couldn't provide exact instructions as I've not tried it before. Let's cross over Patch. What else? Yeah, some of you say a really common reaction to grounding is, I don't want to go outside when it's cold. And I must admit, there is a lot of advantages to going out in the colder weather. Not so much the temperature, but often the Patch is pulling away, demonstrating more grounding. Yeah, it's more the wet. So if it's raining outside, you stand on water, right? So there's the moisture of the ground, the grass or earth or whatever you're stood upon, is definitely more conductive. And snow, I mean, it's not super pleasant, especially the first once or twice you've done it right to walk on snow. Or just to stand in it. But the good news is that it does offer greater connection with the earth, and it also allows you to experience like that kind of cold therapy. Now, if you're like me, despite Scotland's reputation, it's not really very cold here. It only goes down to, in the winter, the average kind of winter temperatures, the lowest are around -3 or 4. So that's just -3 or 4 Celsius below freezing. Like, it's not that cold. The coldest I've experienced in my life here is -18. But that's so rare. That's like a kind of freak event in weather. And when it is snowy outside, and there's lots of videos of me doing this, and I'm sure I'll be doing it again through this coming winter, is doing my Patch Jon videos, like standing out in the snow. And you can do it for a few seconds, but this is not mandatory. And even I, sometimes I'm not brave enough to go out in the weather, especially if I'm trying to film a video and it's raining and windy, and it would just be very difficult to deal with. So ground inside, sit down, take your shoes and socks off, sit if you can, get as close as you can to the earth, and just focus on connecting your heart and the root of and down through your heart, through your lower chakras, and into your into your root chakra and down into the earth as deep as you want. And I offer this in my free meditations on jonbinnie.com. Just go to the meditations page and you'll see my 14-day spirit guide meditations challenge, and there you can practice it yourself. In fact, the very first meditation is all about connecting with Source and Mother Gaia, so grounding, and set the intention to release into Earth what no longer serves you, and ask Mother Gaia to transmute it, that energy. And it all forms the cycle of energy, creation, death, and rebirth, and so the cycles continue. It's quite funny. I just had this perfect stream of consciousness, and then it just stopped. It's like, and that's all I have to say about that. Do check out the Earth Council video that I did yesterday with Natasha, and I also did a video this week with Chloe. I've shared both of these on my page about, on my YouTube page about, if you just look them up, and you'll see with Chloe I was chatting about the experience I had with her, one of her soul expansion sessions, which was truly empowering and life-changing. And in other news, I'll be live on YouTube today with the wonderful Viviani, doing your quantum psychic akashic readings, clearings and healings. I have client sessions today, and I'll be developing training course, and also speaking with a financial advisor to figure out things about like pensions. And over the last couple of days, I submitted my Indian head massage case studies and my final Swedish massage case study, just over a week until the final assessment, my practical assessment for Swedish massage, so excited for that. And my wife also suggested I do a product review for a new power bank that we bought for our camper van, which is a huge amount of money, our money that we spent, and she's suggesting I give that a go. So, because I do find them, you know, once you find something that really works for you, it's a great idea to share these things with others. So yeah, I'll definitely be sharing more about that. Anyway, I hope you have a beautiful day, and take care of yourself. I hope you enjoy today's song, all about united in our love, and keep stepping through those doors of your fears and following your dreams. Sending so much love.